Alright, welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, so what that was, 2 weeks ago when I was mudding, right? We went to Tower Tracks. That's an ATV park out here. Cut this fan on because it's hot in here. We went to Tower Tracks, an ATV park out here, and it was one of the worst times to go. Like this was one of the times that, put it like this, when we was going through, and I'm sorry I didn't get this footage. I gotta buy some mounts so I can mount the cameras and take y'all on some rides with me. But as we was going through holes, we started at 9. I like to get out there at nighttime because it be going on like 3 or 4. We had a big concert out there, big country concert and all that. And we was going through holes and finding abandoned bikes. I mean, people was getting stuck and just leaving their shit. It was bad, like bad. And we had got caught up in a position where we crept in on a deep trail. They call it the blue trail, the worst trail out there. That's the trail everybody break their stuff on. And we got stuck in between two holes, two massive holes. I'm gonna call it like a hole pit. Like, just imagine going through a trail and then it opens up to a big wide area. But the entire wide area is pitted with enormous ruts and holes. And everyone has exhausted the best route possible. So every route's just horrible. Not to mention every hole is filled up. So you're looking like, everything looks like a bunch of shallow puddles. But you know everything is a 2, 3, 4 foot rut. You don't know what to go through, and everyone, you just trying to take the best guess. So you walking it out. You got your boy and the waiters trying to walk the holes out for you, see where we can go, because there was nowhere to go. Every time we turned around and went back to the other spot, it was holes on that side, and it was about 15 bikes caught in this point, where it's just two ginormous areas of holes. The reason it happened was because the best route to come in on, people got their bikes stuck in it. They exhausted the route to where they just got stuck. And they just had abandoned bikes in there. By the time we got in the trail, to the time we came out the trail, the route we was coming out on had 3 bikes stuck in that one area. 3 bikes just abandoned in the hole. What they do? It's kind of normal in the mud world. People get their bike stuck and they just come back the next morning and tow it out. Because it's at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They probably don't have enough buddies with them. Probably winch probably broke, axles probably broke all 4 axles. So you really got to tug it out and have somebody to tow it home. So it was bad. Anyway, I was the guinea pig because I got tired. We spent 2 hours going through this particular part of the trail trying to find a way to get out, and I was the guinea pig. We had them clicked up with three different groups of bike riding crews or whatever. Cause we passed them up once, turned around, go the other way, passed them up twice. By the 3rd time we passed them, everybody that we would typically pass by and just nod, speak to, everybody's talking to everybody at this point, like, hey, y'all, what's the way out? Hey, I think it's over there. Hey, let's go. Yeah, it's that. We gotta go through these holes, or we can't go through there, man. It's too bad. And before you know it, everybody's just together. So I was a guinea pig. So I went through this hole, and boy, I got bogged down. I got bogged down so bad because the rut took me around a corner, a turn, and the right side of my bike, the fenders. Keep in mind, my bike is up to the fenders. I'm up to mud this high. Swamp slop mud this high, but water mud this high, and all of these fenders was rubbing against the wall of the actual rut. So I was getting restricted because I was grabbing the wall, and my front wheels had to come up to climb out of the pit. And boy, what that did was my front drive shaft got snapped plumb in half. And it's the evidence. You can see how it makes a curve because it rotates, and it snapped this front drive axle. I heard that one pop. I knew it. I said, look, y'all gotta pull me out. Because whenever you hear a pop, if you can't identify what it is, just stop right away because you about to tear everything else up. And typically when you pop your front, you in 4-wheel drive and that you need 4-wheel drive, and you already started going, and you're restricted to, and you pop your fronts, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna pop a belt or you're gonna break some axles. So you better stop. So that's what happened. Stop, cut it off. Long story short, as soon as I got through the hole, my boy walks out another route. He finally found a way to get through, and they go right through it. I'm feeling stupid, like, man, why don't we find a better route first? So they go around, drag me out, tow me out. I make it out there. I 2-wheel drive it all the way back, because I mean my back tires is pretty damn decent. So I went through some more heavy mud holes with no problem, and we got out. So now I'm back here today with the new front drive shaft, and my first time trying to put it in. I watched another video and heard another guy speak of it on another video, but I didn't see him do it. So I decided to make a video putting this thing in. So let's get to it. But to see it up live in person. So the only thing I've done so far was I removed the inside fender well plastic or whatever, just so I can see the front differential and the cups where this goes inside, because this actually goes inside of there. Actually goes this way. Then it goes inside, and then it gets strapped. So what I read on YouTube, what I heard on YouTube, they you pop this front bolt out that mounts the motor, and I got this pry bar right here. I'm gonna put this pry bar up under here, pull that bolt out, and then the motor should drop down, and then I have to be able to pry it up just enough to raise this out enough and slide the new shaft in. So I haven't really seen a good video of anybody doing it, so that's why I decided to make one. So I got the impact on this, a 15 mil. What, 15 mil? Yeah, 15 and 17 is the majority of your bolts on this bike. I can get a wrench on the other side. Could I get this in position to twist it off? See how good that'll stay on. Basically, I was hitting my little fender. Move my fender out the way a little bit. Probably should have took the fender off on this side, trying to move quicker, but yep, got it out. Now the motor supported. As you can see, there's movement. That slight movement you got. So now I'm gonna try to see how well this works with just prying the motor up. Just enough. See how much leverage I can get in. Let me see the best spot. Alright, definitely a little harder than it looks. Let me see. Make sure I'm putting it in right. So like it's right there. Just gotta get the slide in a little bit. Let me check and make sure that I'm gripping well. Get these teeth right. So I'm not having luck doing it this way. I'll tell you that right now. What's my next option? Also heard having to unbolt the differential and moving it forward a little bit. Let me try that next. Alright, hold the other side. Okay, so I didn't have anybody to help me, so it was hell trying to do something very simple. So basically I came back and I took off this bolt on the differential, and then I took off this top bolt on the differential. So that's just what, 2 bolts. I took off 2 bolts on the differential, and that allowed me to be able to move the differential up and down. And what I did with that play was I basically let the differential drop down just a tad bit, so all the way till it stops. Don't want to try to force it down no more because it's bottoming out right here. And now I have a slight drop, and I'm gonna come back over here, and I'm gonna do what I originally was doing, was lifting up from the motor, and with that slight drop and the elevation on this side, let's see if I got some more play that'll allow me to get it in. I think we right down. Let me get off. All right. I think I see what I can do. So I'm hitting on the boot trying to go in. I'm gonna take the boot off and slide it down in the middle to give me my extra room. And that might be just what I need right there. So let's take a look what I'm gonna do. Alright, so it goes in this way. And this is just enough rubber, seem like, to stop me getting enough angle to go around that. So I'm gonna take this sleeve off. Just gonna knock it back, because if I take it off, I won't be able to work with it. And then I'll try to slide it on with just this. It's giving me a pretty decent amount of clearance. And then when I get it back on, I'll slide the boot back up and tighten it back on. But before I put this on, let me go ahead and put a little lube on these joints. Just a tad bit. It's enough to kind of lube it up and down. Now we got us a little clearance. So let's try this again. Put this boot all the way back in the middle. Try to slide it in here. Oh, got a piece of dirt on there. Yep, there we go. Let's slide it in here. Boom, that worked. That worked good. There we go. So slide it back up now. Let's push the differential back up. Pick back up on it a little bit. Yeah. Now I just gotta put a piece of I'm gonna put a tie wrap on the back to seal the back boot. Now I push this front boot. I push this one back up where it originally was. Slide this back. Make sure these boots seat in their respective joints. So I gotta push this one back. Get this boot back seated on this. But see, it's behind it. Make sure you get an idea. You can see where that joint is for the seal, and it's right on there right now. Okay. No, now we just sealed on both of them. So I'm gonna come back up here, put this band clamp right back around here, clamp it right on. Make sure I should have probably taken it off, put the band clamp. Let me see. I have enough clearance. Yeah, because I don't want it to rub too much on my A joint, my A-arm. Let me get the screwdriver. Definitely want to tighten it up while it's on the boot. That'd be smart. And you know what? I just thought about this. Make sure I get it over.
could just turn it. Once I get it where I want it. I'll just turn it, and then I'll strap it up here. But apparently it rolls, it goes around. Now, let's get the tire wraps. A little tire wrap around the boot. Of course, these are some heavy duty tire wraps. These are not a little cheap. And you see the width of the tire wrap is almost the same width of the tread inside of there. So yeah, see, you don't want to put no cheap tire wraps, something heavy duty, see, because you don't want this rubbing off and then this boot coming completely off. And it's not like an axle tool, you got to worry about the air pressure under it. It's not completely sealed because it actually drains behind this cup area. So if water was to get in there, it could actually still drain out if that was the case, or moisture or whatever. Now same thing on this back side. Oh, that's not good. Slipped up. You cut this off and redo this. That ain't supposed to work like that. And make sure do not cut this boot trying to cut this off. I'll be in a whole lot of trouble. Make sure I get this all the way up under there. There we go. Alright, so I think this is rubber. No worries there. We see this boot. Make sure we roll it all the way around so we can see. There we go. So we got a good seal on that thing, which is definitely what we need. And I see why. Should have got a little more back on it, on the back side of this. Because the edge of that is right, it's right on the edge. So I gotta make sure I clamp it good, right on the back side of that. Let me get another tire wrap. A little different. This tire wrap's a little wider and it has a snap. You could actually hear it. Hear the snaps. So I'm gonna get it lined up right there where it catches the back side. And I'm gonna hold it. There we go. Now I like that. Go. Front drive shaft in and replaced. So it actually wasn't that hard. It's my first time doing this, and just like you'd be working in your workshop, you know, figuring it out. So originally they told me in the videos that you could just take this one bolt off right here and everything, this will raise up enough to give you enough slack. That didn't work for me. That wasn't the case. What gave me a little extra room wasn't really hard. It really wasn't hard. It was just trying to hold a bolt on a nut on this side while I undid a bolt on that side was the only thing, because I didn't want to lay on my back on all this dirt on this mat I got down here, on this tarp I got down here. So that was the only thing that took a little time. So just 2 bolts, this bolt and this bolt up here. 2 bolts, this a 13 mil and this a 15 mil. I left the back bolt tightened up. I didn't even loosen it up. I just used my pry bar to knock this thing down, angle it down a little bit, and angle this one up. Took this boot back, slid it down, gave me enough clearance to push it in. Boom, pushed it all the way in, dropped it down, gave me the clearance, slid it back in, lock. Wasn't a bad job at all. Actually was pretty well. Now I know how to do it. Next time if I did this again, probably take me tops 20-25 minutes. That's taking the fenders off and everything, and the wheels and everything. Yep. Hope y'all guys enjoyed. Now y'all know how to do it too, so appreciate it. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, can't stress it again. Leave your comments in the bottom, and let me know what y'all think. Deuces.